What's up, you guys? Welcome back to 2740 Solutions, home of the best trained, highest paid, and fittest problem solvers on the planet. My name's Adam, and you heard it here first. It's a fake stimulus check. What am I talking about? Fake stimulus checks? Well, it's the Social Security tax withholding deferral that the U.S. government is actually putting into effect for certain federal employees. And speaking specifically, we're going to be talking about the military right now because we just got paid. It's the 12th of September. We got paid mid-month September, and it has already gone into effect. Like, my paycheck has already gone up because the Social Security tax is not being withheld anymore. So in this video, we're going to talk about what's happening right now and what the current guidance is from the government and from the IRS. We're going to talk about actual numbers. So I'm going to show you guys kind of a adjusted version of my paycheck and how it's looking now for the first 4 months versus how it's going to look when the year flips from 2020 to 2021 in that January to April timeframe, because it's going to get a lot worse. It's going to be cool now, but it's going to get worse then. So, and then number 3, we're going to talk about what can be done to actually change this from a deferral that's just going to be repaid in 2021, change it from a deferral to a forgiveness or a forgiven situation where we actually would not have to pay that back, which is, ideally what would happen. And then we have a couple other critiques on how this was implemented and kind of the issue that I see with it as opposed to the other stimulus checks that you guys are all familiar with. So let's go over the current guidance that they issued. This is taken from an email that was sent out, and then we're just going to go ahead. I made it a little bit more easy to read, so we're going to go read through it real quick. So remember that President Trump signed that executive order around August 8th, 2020, and then the IRS received guidance and pushed this out around the end of August. So key facts, just some terminology in here to get started. So the Social Security tax on our pay stubs is labeled FICA Social Security. On our LES is referring to our pay stub. It's kind of a one-stop shop document for, military pay, leave and earnings statement. That's what LES stands for. And it's calculated at 6.2% of our basic pay. Now, in the military, you get stipends and some stuff for, housing and food and stuff. So that's not part of the basic pay. Basic pay is your normal, like W-2 taxable income. So 6.2% of that. You guys will see down below. So this change is effective now through the end of 2020 calendar year. So that means from September to December. Normally, the withholding of our FICA and normal withholding will resume on 1 January 2021. So current withholding will stop from September to December 2020, and then the normal withholding will resume. However, there's more on that. So also a very funny military aspect of it, you are not eligible to opt out of the deferral. So it will happen automatically. So basically, like everything else in the military, it's voluntold. And then collection of the deferred taxes will be taken from our wages from January 1st to April 30th of 2021. So not only will our normal payroll taxes or our normal Social Security taxes be taken out again starting January 1st of 2020, then we'll also be paying back the ones that we didn't pay or didn't have withheld for these 4 months that we're currently in September to December. We'll have to be paying that back on top of the normal taxes from January to April. So this last bullet, additional information on the collection process, will be provided in the future. This is the one that could go good or it could go bad. This could go in the future. If the government says, hey, yep, you got to pay it back, then it's like, oh, darn, that's bad. But if they say, hey, it's forgiven, then all of a sudden, boom, that's cool. Let's get into it, the numbers, so that I can actually show you what's going on. So that pretty much wraps up the beginning part of the video of what's currently going on. Currently, our pay has gone up. Currently, our taxes are not being taken out. And in the future, they probably will have to be paid back. Let's check out some numbers here. So first, we're going to talk about 2020 numbers, and then I'll get you guys into 2021 numbers. Notice it gets more complicated. Just to give you guys a quick familiarization here, this is a screenshot from part of our LES, part of the leave and earnings statement. This is the deductions portion. So normally you have your entitlements over here. So you have your basic pay, you'd have your housing stipend, your food stipend over here. This is our deduction section. So federal taxes, you guys all know what those are. If you're deployed, you don't have to pay those. So that's kind of cool. This is the FICA Social Security section, which is what we're going to be talking about, why it's not blacked out. FICA Medicare, that's still going to be paid. Your life insurance, your family life insurance, your contribution to the Thrift Savings Program, the TSP, and then your mid-month pay. Because remember, the military pays every other week, so twice a month. So you kind of cut the numbers in half if you want to know how much your paycheck is going to get bumped every 2 weeks. So now let's get into the numbers. So this is taken from my paycheck. So every month I pay $362.53 as my FICA Social Security tax withholding. So they withhold it on a monthly basis so that it can be paid to the IRS at the end of the year. And then all of a sudden you're not getting stuck with a bill, for 12 months worth of Social Security taxes, which in my book is good. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we're going to go and just have no color for now. So essentially every month my pay will be up by $362.53. So every paycheck I will go ahead and make $181.76 more per paycheck. That's per paycheck right there. So for instance, I just got paid for the mid-month. My paycheck was up by that amount for this round of pay. But let's stick to by month, because by month is easier to understand. So over the next 4 months, I will receive $362.53 4 times, because it's 4 months, totaling in a total fake stimulus check amount of $1,450.12. So on the surface, that's like, oh, that's really good. But remember, it's just a deferment. It's deferred right here. So if it's deferred, this is just, it's just kind of suspended right here. It's not, it's not going anywhere. We'll highlight it as yellow because it's like, oh, what's going to happen with this money? It's kind of good because we got it, but you probably have to pay it back. So let's move right along. So our LES is actually, okay, let's go ahead and undo that. So our LES for the next 4 months, our pay stubs are actually going to look like this. It's going to be FICA Social Security, and it's going to be $0 paid. So that's where that's coming from. All right, so 2021. Let's go ahead and start unhighlighting these right here. Yeah, let's get some. Okay, we got our months. So we got our months right here, January 2021 through April 2021, because those are the 4 months that are in question. We got our normal. We're going to have our normal Social Security tax withheld again. So I factored in the expected 3% pay increase that Congress has proposed for the military. So that's why our payroll tax actually went up by about 3% right here. So this is normal though. The payroll tax is this is normal. It's staying white because it's not good, it's not bad, it's just normal taxes, and it's resumed. Now here is where we're getting doubled up on, and that's not good. This is right here is us paying back our fake stimulus check from over here. Now, if there is no money passed, if there's no bill passed, no forgiveness, no nothing that's helping us out, and we do have to pay it back, our tax bill for each month is going to look like this. So every month from January to April of 2021, I will have gone from paying no FICA Social Security taxes to not only paying them again, but also paying back the ones that were, given to me as a stimulus check or whatever. So I'll be paying $735.94 a month for the first 4 months of 2021, totaling in a tax bill of almost $3,000 for just those 4 months. So double the tax bill in 2021, not a great way to start out the year, not a good way to, get the New Year's resolution going. So now that's what's going to happen if no other legislation is passed, no other guidance, no other funds allocated, no other any fugazi government high level stuff in Congress or the president level happens. Now, let's say that a bill does get passed by Congress. This is the third part of the video right here where we're going into how this money goes from yellow to green. Let's say a bill gets passed by Congress that's called the Don't Screw Over the Military Act, because they're the only ones who ended up doing this payroll tax deferral. So let's say Congress says, we're going to pass the Don't Screw Over the Military Act, and what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and forgive the payroll tax right here, it's going to go ahead and make this so that this is money we get to keep in our pockets right here. It's actual money that we get to keep, and we don't have to pay back. Go ahead and Adrian Deleterson that, so that our tax bill is actually just this, back to normal. We get our 3% pay increase, which is great, and then we just owe our normal 2021 Social Security tax collection, or withholdings, if you will. So, I really hope Congress can get their act together and actually pass something like that, because that would be a sign that they're actually functioning properly and not trying to screw people over. However, it's really hard to say. I'd say it's probably like a 50% chance, and that's not even taking into account what happens with the election. So I have no idea. So what else can happen? So let's say President Trump does not want the bad optics from the military, or the people saying, hey man, like that's weird that you just kind of like gave the military like these fake stimulus checks up front. He could go ahead and pass another executive order, kind of how he did with unemployment, where he reappropriated funds from FEMA to unemployment. That's how they paid out the most recent unemployment, was from FEMA, the FEMA budget that was already passed by Congress, the FEMA budget, and he actually authorized the unemployment agencies to go ahead and dip into that pool, that billions of dollars pool, to fund unemployment for the pandemic. So kind of crazy, huh? So what President Trump or the next president could do, president from when they get inaugurated, what they could do is he could issue another executive order that was taking an so let's say this, this cup of water right here has some water left in it, and say it's not getting drank from. So I could actually take this over here from the person who was going to drink it and then put it over here. That's kind of what he is doing for this other person to take from it. So he would basically say, hey, there's $50 billion over there. I'm going to pass an executive order that's called the Don't Screw Over Our Military Executive Order, that's going to go ahead and forgive this deferment so that we don't actually have to pay it back. And that would result with us just having our normal Social Security tax withholding collected, and that would keep this money in our bank account. So a couple of options there. The last thing I want to bring your attention to is the fact that this tax is disproportionately helping. Well, it's not disproportionately helping. It's actually exactly the opposite. It's proportionally helping people along the income spectrum. So, for instance, if your base pay is only $2,000 a month, and you multiply that by 0.062, you're only making. So this other person that we just did an example with is only getting $124 a month instead of what I'm getting, which is about $360 a month. So the less you make, the less help you're getting. Yes, everyone's making the same. So let's see, some quick math. That'd be about $600 right there, ish. I mean, I know I'm $2 off. So that would be about $600 they're getting, whereas I'm getting $1,450. Now, it's less money they have to pay back, but you guys see how it's kind of proportionally, it's just very linear. It's 6.2% of your base pay. So that's another issue I see. If you guys want a more surefire way of money you don't have to pay back, you can go ahead and check the link down below to M1 Finance. They are doing $20. They're giving you free $20 for just signing up and funding your account with $100. So you guys could fund the account and leave that money in for whatever it is. I think it's a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden you pull that back out and you have $120, and boom, it's easy money, guaranteed. So good to go. The link below is for that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it very informative. Remember, they're currently deferring it. It's not free money. It is deferred tax money. Here's the math right here on potentially and what it means. So we're going to go ahead and undo this real quick just for you guys to make sure that you're able to see it. And then there's a potential for them to go ahead and forgive it so that we can actually have this money right here as real money, real stimulus, real whatever, investment money or grocery bills or whatever, car payments, car repairs, house payment, whatever it may be. So Appreciate you guys for tuning in with this video. If you guys have questions, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. If you guys think I could present the information in a better way that would make more sense to you, then go ahead and let me know as well. I hope that you guys appreciated the little snippet from the LES to actually kind of orient yourself to that. But other than that, stay safe and keep an eye out for more videos coming out on finance stuff, but also some great car content and some workout content as well, because those are my 3 things I love to do. So appreciate it. See you guys for the next video.